Right, okay guys, so in this video we're going to look into non-manifold geometry and why this is bad. So you may be getting this error when you try and unwrap your spaceships or whatever other models you're making. So non-manifold geometry is where we have an edge that has more than two faces. So this edge here has two faces. However, if we look inside the mesh, there is actually an extra face here. So there's a face that kind of connects these two, this face here. So this is actually non-manifold geometry here, because this edge, sorry, it's a bit difficult to show, this edge here has one face here, one face here, and it also has the other face here. So this edge has multiple faces connected to it. So that is non-manifold, and that's going to give us lots of errors. So this is caused by kind of messy extrusions. It's really simple to kind of fix these things. We can go here, we can select that problem face. If I just put X-ray mode on, you can see that face hiding inside there. We can just delete that face. Now that face is gone. We've got rid of that non-manifold geometry there. Let's also have a look at this in another way. So if I have this edge here, and I extrude this. I'm also going to do the same on the other side for a slightly different example. Take that over there, get rid of this face. Okay, so this face is the same. So we've got one edge here, so this edge here has one face, two face, three faces. Okay, so it's got three faces. This is a non-manifold piece of geometry. This one over here is only connected by the vertex. So this is called something slightly different. It's still non-manifold, but it's called vertex splicing. So that polygon there is attached to this by one vertex, which is unpredictable. It will break your game engines, as will this one here as well. So you want to avoid these. You can find them in your mesh. So if your kind of cleanup tool, if your UV tool tells you that you've got non-manifold geometry, you can press fix and it will try and separate them, but it may also break other parts of your mesh. So it's better to kind of clean them up yourself. So if I go up to mesh, I've got the cleanup tool here. What this cleanup tool will do is it will help you fix your mesh. Now I would not let it clean up matching polygons, so the one by default, do not let it do that, because it will just do whatever it thinks is best. What I would do is I'd go to select matching polygons, and then we can find non-manifold geometry down here. If we click clean up there, you can see it's now selected this here. It's said that there's an issue with this face. It's also selecting these, so this might be maybe some residual problems from something else. So it's saying that this over here is our non-manifold geometry. So I can see that I've got this extra face, and then I can do something with it. I can delete that face if it's not meant to be there. Maybe it was on the inside like that other face. But yeah, that is non-manifold geometry there, so we can kind of clean them up that way. Also, another little peek into that tool. I'm just going to do this here. Okay, so what I've done is I've actually just added an extra vertex in here, which has created some n-gons. So if I go mesh and clean up, we can find other bad parts with our mesh as well. So if I only have one of these things ticked at a time. So we've got faces with 4 sides, we've got faces with more than 4 sides. So if I now click clean up, you can see it's now selected my n-gon faces. And then I can maybe right click, go to vertex, and I can see, I've got this extra vertex here that shouldn't be there. So I can just select that and delete that. So that mesh cleanup tool is really useful for sort of analyzing and finding where the problems are in your mesh, rather than getting me to fix them for you. Okay, cool, thank you very much guys. So that's showing you non-manifold geometry and the mesh cleanup tool to help you sort of clean up your meshes and keep your topology nice and neat. Okay, thank you very much.